Okay, looks like my main microphone is picking up correctly. See if we can get our audio check out of the way. I love it when things work, especially after my computer has some kind of restart issue. So Satisfactory 1.1 is out. We already passed 1.0. 1.1. We now have the splitters for hypertubes, the junctions, the turn things. We also have elevators and a number of other quality of life and stuff features, which is very nice. I've only managed to find the hypertube junctions because apparently that gets unlocked with the hypertubes. I did pop into Satisfactory earlier today or late last night. Got most, if not all, of the infrastructure done to get English words, find them, to get all the iron from the miners to the refineries across the map on our factory. There's now a bunch of warnings before you get into actual Satisfactory, which is interesting. And they changed the screen again. Look, elevators. I want one, but I don't know how to build it. Yeah. Sorry. There would have been sound for the game there, but I tabbed out to flick with the... I cannot English today. God. Fuck. There should have been sound. It should still have sound, but I had clicked out of game to work OBS visual changes. The scenes. So hopefully OBS is going to pick up the game correctly. Yep, looks like it is. Okay. Oh, frames, hello. Yeah, this was one of the last things I was working on, this side of the base. Now these are going to end up needing power, which is an entirely separate issue. And apparently I didn't build anything beyond this point. That's definitely not going to reach the other thing. Could it? Nah, probably not. Am I going to try? Yeah, if you go straight, even if I lift it, it'll probably be too short. Shit. good news is that should end up being fine. Oh yeah, well, it's closing distance. It'll be fine. And boom, fine. That. Oh, come on. Curve, default. I don't know why it does that. Depending how you build it. Huh. Well, either way, that should be right now. But yeah, I still have a lot of work to do getting everything wired up. Today, hopefully, we can finish getting the refineries operational. We've got some of the water done. We might still need to get more of it, but... not more water, I don't think, but we need to divide it up a little bit more. That there. That there. Aha! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interestingly, that might work out. That's new. Particle effects with sound for the power slugs? That's definitely new. So about here. There. It's long enough to reach without causing problems. Thank God. Yeah, because that went that way, that went that way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, and then that works out. What the hell? Line up. Thank you. Well, I had kind of prepared for this. That's why I built... Where'd I hide it? Where'd I hide it? Where'd I hide it? That. Overshot. Throw some of those in there. We got plenty of plastic, motors. Sure, throw a roll of copper sheeting. Concrete, iron, and iron plates were just eating like nobody's business. What else can I shove into my... Yeah, so I looked at the research thing, the upgrades, and the MAM. It didn't look like anything was particularly new. I'm gonna take one of those. I'm gonna take one of those. That's raw quartz. Do I have black powder in my thing already? I don't know. Maybe. I still go through and try to grab. Definitely don't have that. I can definitely throw those in there. I can throw that in there. I can probably throw that in there. I don't think I have any of those. Eh. Eh. Yeah, and I... Did I rework that recently? That might be old. But I put it through the foundation over there so that it wouldn't cut through our resource bus. Still need to make more stuff. Make all of the more stuff. While I'm building stuff, I realize that next Tuesday I actually have an appointment in the morning. So about our schedule. First off, I'm going to postpone Tuesday's stream until the afternoon. And second off, it's probably going to be like Dredge. Probably going to stream Dredge that day. And the thing is... I end up needing so many research parts and... Ironhaven crates in Dredge that I'm probably going to do some work on that off stream purely so that I can just get Ironhaven crates, get some cash to buy research parts, start working on some of that stuff. That way, when we get around to the next stream, it's not just running around to try and get money to do a thing. This ends up being a 240 line. I'm gonna put like a billboard or something at the end of this. Bottom one is 240. The bottom, this one's 240. Organization. I'll put it over here. Over here is out of the way. Okay, but can I make a bunch of like small things? Oh, better idea. Can I lift this from its position? Ooh. Hehehehe. I'm fumbling with ideas and things, and it's not. The brain's not doing what it should. Layout. This. Element settings. $300. $240. Okay, that works for now. I want to find out where this one comes from. Because that's the one thing I haven't really done. I haven't really, like, recorded the numbers. I know I should have enough iron coming in. Goes this way. And I didn't actually build this all the way back to where it needs to be. Because I ran out of iron beams. That's pipes. Beams are in here. We still haven't, like, recuperated our number. We absolutely destroyed these ages ago. And they have still not recovered. This is the one that comes from... It's going to be even more fun when we eventually get around to trying to wire all of the copper into our facility. The copper and the caterium and everything else. Because eventually we will need everything. I did not think that was how that had hooked up. Okay, so what we end up having is just this one. So it's probably going to be a pure node. Yep, 240. Do I even want to try hooking that one up? No, we'll wait. Because I need to get the numbers for all the belts so that I know how to divide them when we get there. Are the power slugs more luminous now? this one. Because they're all going to be iron. See, this is why I left spacing the way I did, so that I could just run between the poles. That one goes up to the one on the inside edge. So it's this one. If that's a single as well, that's going to also be 240, I think. Yep. Nope. Cancel. Layout. Text here. Element settings. Right was the one we said was 240. Okay, where does bottom middle come from? Well, first we'll finish it. Yeah, I made these after the update came out with the curve tool, and I really like that you can just curve belts now. That's such a nice feature. Makes things look so aesthetically pleasing. I can English. Takes a bit of effort, but I can English. Ah, this comes from the ones that we saw earlier. Now, eventually we're going to be able to make belts that are like all tiers 5, 6, I think it goes up to 7 now, right? Because this is a 3. No, I think might be tier 6 is the highest. But like eventually we're going to have so many resources that we can make just the high tier belts for everything. But because this factory was only ever meant to produce the minimum excuse me. We're a bit stretched. And if this is also a single, that means that this is also probably just a pure node. Yep, this is a 240. I'll just run that way, because we don't need to go all the way around. Hey, sphere. I think I need a couple more, like 1 or 2 more of those in order to get the next upgrade for our storage. And there's a sawmar sloop just embedded into the desert sand. Full jetpack burst. Right, bottom, mid, 240. Okay, so top middle, that's the one that's already running. It's already got power from pre-existing infrastructure. This is probably going to be a 240 belt, because I know I took one of our old miners and I routed it into this because we didn't need it anymore, because we had powered things through upgrading our miners to Mark II, and upgrading them to Mark II let us split off resources. And it comes from this way. This one. Oh, it comes from 2 miners. No, this is going to be like a 300. Or maybe not 300, maybe like 180. Yeah, that's a 120 plus this. Yeah. So this is going to be a 180. I love using these to, like, the conveyors to vault jump. $180. And that just leaves wherever this belt is. So you've already been streaming for half an hour, and we haven't even, like, started elevating this stuff. Which is why I knew I'd have to do some of this construction off-stream. The left one. The left one. The left one. Yeah, this is going to come from these edge ones here. So this is one of them. That's a 120. That's a 120. So this is actually a 240 run. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, god dang. Gotta keep stretching every once in a while. Body is a bit stiff. Okay, so layout, text, bottom. I might have rendered these higher ones redundant, because I know that was like my first design, and then I realized I had all these space in the middle, and I went back and I changed it. So that's 60. That merges onto there. But this continues before. So 60 plus. Okay, so that's 120. So that's also a 240. $240, 480 plus 480. That's 960, 1060, 1140, 1380, 1680, 1920. And then one of these is also iron, which is going to end up pulling like 120. That's a limestone miner. It's a copper miner. There's your SAM. Oh yeah, I haven't really looked for conveyor. Can we just put... Ah, you can do it. Okay, it's not its own thing. You can just put splitters on the vertical conveyors. Yeah, that's another 120. So I think that puts us right around 2060-ish for iron. Ba, 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 ba. Sunrise is quick. Okay. So each refinery eats 45. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. I'm gonna build one of these just to like confirm the recipe. Yeah. No, 35 iron ore. 35 ore to make 65 ingots. See, it's a good thing I checked that. Gonna throw that in there. 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 Gonna throw this in there. What else can I throw in there? How about the motors? Okay, so it's 35 a piece. Okay, we can work with this. Put that there. So those three are 105. And then that's getting 15. Split her. Okay. That was a big boy, too. Hello.
You no longer perform in your maker temple?
Helping meant leaving it.
Our blood will eat, build, teach.
I have no use for blood.
You do. Consume.
Interesting.
Come on, I dare you. You missed. These guys, I swear, they never learn. Okay, so that. And I'm gonna put the first anchor there. Why are you tipping? Okay, and you take this. Come on, let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Thank you. Okay. Yep, so that's going to feed at 120. So that other one eats 15. Yes. Eats 15, needs another 20. The top right. That's going to be our big one, isn't it? Gotta make sure everything's hooked up with this one now. And it looks like it's all operational. Actually, we're gonna upgrade that to 4 while I'm down here. Doing, doing. Now, are you the requisite number of pieces of part? No. So that needs to get closer. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So here-ish is probably the middle point. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a project. No, not that far. Fine. If we can just splitter that comes in there. So that eats 20. $55. 90. $160. 230. I think that actually comes out even 300. The 20, 90. Hang on, I can't. Feeds over into the 20. That's 90. That's 160. That's 230. so it needs one more. And I think that's right. This is going to cut in over here. That eats 3. That eats 3. Whoop, that is off center. That one's not lined up correctly. Still not lined up correctly. Better. Okay, so 2 of those are 105 each. So that's 210. Plus the 70 is 280, plus the 20 on the end. Yep, okay, so that 300 gets completely used. Yeah, I never finished wiring up the water. Oh boy. We don't actually have any more steel beams. What can I throw into the storage? You know what I could do? I could just start filling those download slots with steel beams. That way, I don't have to worry about it. And obviously it's going to stop once it hits 200, but by then I'll have opened up a bunch more space. Bottom are 240. Splitter. So that's 105. Split that as well. And there. So 105, 140, 175. No, I'm doing math wrong. That should be there. That goes into there, that goes into there. $105 plus 70 is $175. That is 210. So that one needs to eat 5. Oh, fuck me running. Got an idea. Throw a merger there. Throw a splitter there. Have it cut. Does that make sense? 105, 175, 210, 245. More or less makes sense. I don't have any iron plates anymore. I mean, iron plates really ought to be the least of my worries. But this is why you keep your factory going, because this doesn't build itself. I shall blot out the sun with the amount of machines that I build to a purpose I cannot define. Although that said, we did get a couple more things, so I would want to see if, like, the alien tech I can actually... It's 7 and, like, 103. Only got 59 SAM fluctuators. But how much activated SAM do I have? Not nearly enough. Okay, never mind. Got plenty of rods, got plenty of concrete. Okay. It was just iron plates that I needed. Okay. $240. Right. So first off, I'm going to put the pipeline floor hole. Make that a horizontal to vertical. How do handle thing? I think as long as I take it over to the... I honestly wasn't expecting that to hurt. I think as long as I take it over to this portion, it'll be fine. And then I put the wall seam there. But okay, each of that takes like 20 water. So $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80. No, sorry, I'm doing it by tens. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 2, 220, 240, 260, 280. That right there makes 300. 320, 340. Hmm. So that module makes 400. That there makes 460. $520. $580. And that's just that one. So much work to do, so little time. Hello, Power Slug. Okay, so I need to put a power nexus there. Gotta put one there. Actually, you know what? Well, the good news is we're getting a big chunk of our water infrastructure done. So 600 divided by 20. That means we can power 30 water holes. Or 30 refineries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30. Yep, okay. That. Right, and that doesn't even need to go all the way back to the end. I can just tear one off from here. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, and they're still working on eating up all that stuff. Yep, yep, yep. I'm going to delete these because there's no real reason for that to go that way when I can just build the water pipelines here, have it go up and run along that side. So, this one. I think I know what I'm going to do. So this is going to be 240. Again, surprised that hurt. Actually, wait, no, because it's got to be on that side of it. I have all the playroom in the world. What was I ever thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna make this go down because we're gonna have stuff coming from that way this way next. And I don't want to get too confused. Oh, that's a different path. Doesn't particularly change too much, but it does give me wiggle room. Some wiggle room. How did I... Those line up with that part. Okay. I see what I did. This is going to line up with the outer shell. Oh, no, I know what I did. I know what I did. That's why it worked the way it did. Let me up. Yeah, it seems about the same height. Definitely the same height. When you put it on straight, it's a lot more obvious. Okay, so that's 240. That needs to eat 5. So 70, 75. $145, $180. That would make it 250. And then this one would have to eat 10. I just realized I might have made that wrong. Well, there's not really a maybe about it. I definitely made that wrong. Built that wrong. Come on. I hit the wrong buttons. That's supposed to be a 3. Build the belt. Belt goes over here. I'm working on it. It's a process. Yep, that's about as flat's going to get. Build that out. That goes over there. But I say that needed 10. Yeah, because that eats 5, 75, 145, 180. So that requires 150 or 250, but the belt makes 240, so that needs 10. So whatever our next belt is, I need to pull 10 off of it. It's the one on the right, which makes 240. It actually ends up working pretty well this way. Oh, you piece of junk. I misclick a couple of buttons, and then I end up doing entirely the wrong thing. Need to pull 10 off that. So that section alone is 80. Those two are 150, 185. This makes 220. Makes 220. And then that one needs 15. God, every time I do this, it needs 15 more. Or every time I do this, it needs 5 more. But yeah, now we're at the point where it needs 15. Okay. So, in theory, a bunch of these now have access to water and iron. But that needs to eat 15. You know what I'm going to do? That way, that one can slide over it nice and even. And I don't have to worry about it again. The bottom middle has a rate of 240. Really obvious when to tell the belt's get a major upgrade, huh? So that's another 240, I think I said? Bottom, middle, 240. I did that wrong. Easy enough to fix. Alright, so bottom mid 240. And the end piece needs to eat 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That makes 85. 155, 190. Okay, we're at 190. Drop that. $225. put a note here. Merger direct above needs 20 from next line for full production. Yep. And unfortunately, folks, that's all the time we've got for today. So we did not get to all of the iron. I think we got about half. Maybe. Shit. Probably would have been quicker at this rate just to take the thing directly over there. Jesus fucking hell. Yeah, I'm out of time for today, folks. So here's the plan. Here is the plan. We're going into Thursday today. My next stream is going to be Saturday morning at around, I'm going to say 5 a.m. And here's what we're going to do. 5 a.m. Saturday morning, I'm going to go live. We're going to do about 4 hours of Witcher 3. If, for any reason, that Witcher 3 stream stops prematurely before the 4-hour mark, it's probably going to stop suddenly, because last time I played Witcher 3 for a very long period on my PC, this past session, my PC shut down due to a heat issue. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But we're going to keep it under 6 hours. I think it's the length that really got the better of my computer last time. So we're only going to go for 4 hours in Witcher 3. And then, between now and then, I'm probably going to get some fish farming done in Dredge, so that next time we do Dredge, we're not running around looking for thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fish and research parts and every other goddamn thing under the sun. Speaking of Dredge, I think on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday night, because in the morning when I usually stream, I have an appointment, so I'm not going to be streaming then. Am I? It's going to be. Ooh. No, I'm probably gonna wait until Tuesday night. So Tuesday night around 7 p.m., give or take. I'm going to be going live with Dredge. It's going to be a bit of a longer stream. Probably only going to be 3, maybe 4 hours tops, because that week I've got 3 days off for whatever reason. Thursday we're going to do... I don't know what we're going to do Thursday. I might take a trip back to World of Tanks, or I might try to boot up Tarkov for a little bit, or I might do something else. Thursday's going to be a bit of a wild card. I might even do Supermarket Sim. I haven't done Supermarket Sim in fucking forever. And then over the weekend again, the following Saturday, we're going to be live again at around 6 a.m. for another Witcher stream. So this weekend, 5 a.m. on Saturday, probably around 7 p.m. on Tuesday, followed by 8 a.m. on Thursday, and then, what did I just say? 6 a.m. Saturday morning. So, take care, folks. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to try to remember all the shit that I just said, but I'm very tired, so let's hope. Take care, stay safe, have a good one, and I'll catch you all in the next stream. Ciao.